What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be fixing the Mustang. If you couldn't tell, the last video I showed you guys what was going on with it. So today, yeah, we're going to fix it. And also I got a fan on the motor here, getting it cooled down because I just drove it up here. This thing's got a lot of pressure on the hose and definitely don't want to, you know, drain the coolant or try to open that radiator cap with all that pressure on it because I definitely don't want to get burned. And yeah, guys, I know this fan's really loud, but we'll have it turned off here in a little bit. So yeah, guys, this video is pretty much going to be like a sort of like a how-to video. Not really. I mean, most of you guys, if you have carb swap this, you know, this style setup, you know what to do anyways. And I'll probably just do a time lapse of, you know, taking it apart and stuff, just because it makes it easier on me while editing, and it'll also help me get the job done faster. That way I'm not here all day. Not that the job takes that long, but whenever you're making a video, it makes the job take a lot longer, just because you got to do stuff with the camera, move the camera around, change, you know, different angles and stuff. But yeah, guys, so once this thing gets cooled down, we'll get started on this, get the coolant drained, and probably drain the oil and save it, because the oil that's in it's pretty fresh. So I'll probably drain it out, save it in a clean bucket, and then, you know, put it back in. Also, guys, while this thing's cooling down, I just want to give you a little update on the inside of this car here. So just wanted to give you guys an update on this paint where I painted the dash and stuff. If many of you don't know, this was brown and tan. So I took and I painted the lower half black with fabric vinyl paint, and it's holding up really, really well. Now, I did a really, really good job of cleaning everything, making sure it was all prepped, but the only places where it has started to fade off is right here where my arm sits all the time on this, if this thing focuses. Anyways, right there you can kind of see where it's faded off, where my elbow sits a lot. And the only other places fading or starting to chip away is where I sometimes miss the key switch with the key, which looks like I miss all the time, but I really don't. Mainly only when it's dark outside. But yeah, guys, the rest of it looks super good, holding in there really good. So if you ever decide to paint your dash or anything, so I use duplicolor fabric and vinyl paint, and it's holding up really good. Yeah, and it's been in here like, gosh, over 2 years now. And it still looks great, not peeling off anywhere on the doors or anything, still looks good. All right, guys, now that we got the car on the lift with it cooled off and everything, got the radiator cap off, we're gonna drain the coolant first. I'm actually gonna save the coolant because I just have put it in there not long ago. Still should be good, so we're gonna drain it in this clean bucket. Also got a clean bucket for the oil, so let's get the coolant drained. Gosh.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough.
That is unbelievably tight. So now that we got the coolant drained, guys, I'm gonna take and drain the oil. Like I said, I am gonna reuse this oil because I just have put it in, and it should still be just fine. So yeah, guys, like I said, got a nice clean bucket here, so don't think I'm draining this into a dirty bucket, guys. I'm not that dumb. Yep, it looks like motor oil. All right, guys, so yeah, since we got the coolant and the oil drained, I know that oil looks really dark on camera, but it actually looks pretty good when I drained it out. It's only got probably maybe 1,200 miles on it, so it still should be good. So with all that being said, guys, let's get this car lowered down, get to the more intricate stuff, and get this intake off. I'm actually pretty curious to see how this engine looks on the inside since I've put it in. I mean, like I said before, it is a used engine with 160,000+ miles now. Probably about 165-ish, maybe even 170. Since we got the car down, I also said in the last video, I'm gonna show you guys how much quicker and easier it is to work on when it's carb swapped like this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna take my phone and put a timer on it and see how long it actually takes me to get this intake off. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna time lapse this, and like I said, so I can do it as quick as possible. I would do a how-to, but like I say, not a lot of guys have a carb swap car, so I really don't see the point in doing a how-to on this style, you know, swap. But all right, guys, so let's get this time lapse going, get this timer started. All right, guys, so I'm gonna set this up on the tripod. I'm actually gonna be using the GoPro, which actually I'm on right now. But yeah, guys, so we're gonna do this on the GoPro so I don't take up all the memory on the Canon G7X. Plus, I don't want the battery to die before this video is over. But yeah, let's get this thing started and get it going. All right, stopwatch on, timer, and go. All right, guys, look at that intake over there, right there. Just past 10 minutes, so I probably did it in about 9 minutes and 50 seconds. All right, guys, we're back on the G7X now, but yeah, if you can't tell, I already got it off. Really simple, as I said, I'd probably have it off in less than 20 minutes, and 9 minutes later, intake's off, and look at how clean that is. Like, I honestly probably could wipe that down with a rag and get this little bit of silicone off, and it would absolutely be, you know, clean, not even have to scrub it or anything. That's insane. The inside of the engine actually looks pretty dadgum good. It's pretty clean. Like I say, whenever I got the engine, I did clean it up in here in the engine valley and in the oil pan area. It didn't have a lot of gum or any gummed up stuff or anything like that, no sludge, so really happy with how this looks in here still. Yeah, guys, so let's get this thing all cleaned up and get it going. Also, guys, I did a really big no-no. If you hadn't noticed already through the time lapse, I did not have a fender cover on this thing and was working on it, and I got this sitting here like a moron. Sorry, was in a hurry trying to beat my time. But yeah, I didn't have a fender cover on it or nothing working on this thing. So yeah, be sure to roast me in the comment section below for that. Also, guys, I'm really disappointed in myself on this. I found out why I had a vacuum leak on the intake side, so this is totally my fault too. I just didn't pay attention. I was in a hurry to get the car running. So I thought I put the right gaskets on, but they were these stock gaskets, and yeah, let me show you the reason why it was leaking. All right, guys, so you see we have the intake gasket. This is the old intake gasket that I had just taken off, and so there is, I know you guys can't see it as well as I can, but this, hang on one second. All right, guys, here we go. So this gasket hole is actually smaller than the head hole, and what it was doing, like right here is where the gasket's supposed to ride. You see how close the hole is right here to the edge of the gasket? Like, that's where the gasket's supposed to sit, and just right there underneath it is where the hole for the head is, the intake port. And that is probably the reason why it was leaking. There just wasn't hardly any gasket sealing it off, and that's probably the reason why it started leaking. So that's my fault, guys, and you know, be sure to roast me in the comment section for that too, for being a dummy and being in way too big of a hurry. All right, guys, another thing I wanted to show you in this video is what EGR deletes kind of do. And I'm gonna show you the reason why I like EGR deletes so much, and you'll see why in just a second. See how, now don't get me wrong, these intake ports are a little dark, but you see how there's hardly any carbon buildup in these intake ports? I know it's got a weird flash going on with this flashlight right here, but you see how there's hardly any carbon built up in there? All right, now let's show you the heads, and you see down in the head there's literally, let me see if I can get this light to do what I want it to do here instead of having a big glare. All right, guys, you see how there's no carbon built up inside the head, the ports of the head? That's the reason why I like doing EGR deletes, because it keeps all that carbon from going back into the intake and back through the exhaust stuff, and I could care less about, you know, emissions and junk like that, especially with this car. But yeah, that's the reason why I like it, because you can tell like they almost look brand new, and these things have been on the car for at least 10,000 miles or so. And on a normal car, that would be already black and gummed up and just nasty looking. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in this video as well. Also, guys, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know this, but whenever you go to clean the engine block side, be sure that you put some rags or something in the valley. That way, you know, extra little pieces and particles don't get down into the lifter valley, and so it doesn't get in your lifters and kill the lifters, especially, you know, with all the parts that are in motion in there. Of course, I have a vacuum I'm actually going to take and suck it out after I get this cleaned and the rags out, just to be sure I don't have any trash in there. You know, this is just an extra precaution so you don't get trash in the engine and, you know, possibly have part failure due to something getting on a lifter, or, you know, going through an oil valley or something like that. Also, guys, if you are enjoying the video so far, be sure to drop a thumbs up for your boy down below. I'd really appreciate it, and it really helps out the channel. All right, since everything's clean, also, guys, I'm gonna take and show you this intake gasket, how much better it fits. So it should definitely seal off better and for a longer period of time. So this should be a really good gasket. And like I say, it is a Felpro gasket, but it is just the extra large port for, you know, big ported heads or ported heads in general. Oh yeah, and as you can tell, guys, you see that fits a lot better. It's actually a little bit bigger than the cylinder head hole itself, or the intake hole, which is really good. I like that. I would rather it be a little too big than a little too small like it was.
That's what she said.
Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do is pick the video up once I get the intake back on and pretty much ready to go, ready to start up. So we'll see you in the next clip. Alright, so we got everything filled up now. We got the oil in it, we got everything tightened up, the distributor is in there. We got it full of coolant. It's actually still bleeding down right now. But we're gonna take and test fire this thing and see if it'll start up. So wish me luck, guys. Let's see if this thing will fire up here. Alright, prime the fuel system a couple of times. 3. That should be good because it's carbureted and it doesn't take a lot to prime it. Alright, let's see if she fires right up. Couple pumps of the throttle. Oh yeah. Nice. Alright, sweet. Of course it's still cold natured and it doesn't like to idle at whenever you first start it. So you watch this, if I let off the gas, just slowly dies. But that's the carbureted car for you, especially one that doesn't have a choke, and you know it's not gonna run when it's cold. It's part of it. But the good thing is it did fire up and it sounds good. I'm gonna double check the timing. I did mark the distributor and everything and put it exactly back where it was at, but I'm still gonna check the timing and you know, make sure it's right. But it sounds pretty good. So yeah guys, that was probably one of the easiest jobs I've done so far on the Mustang, as far as, you know, the other stuff that I've done to it. Just having it carb swapped and doing an intake job like that, man, it's so simple. It's just really easy, just really quickly be able to do it. I didn't start on it till late and it's still daylight outside. Like, I mean, you can see right there through the doors. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is take and make sure everything's, you know, circulated good, thermostat's opening, and there's no air pockets in the coolant system. So I'll be right back with you. So if you cannot tell, guys, we do have the car running and it sounds really good. The timing's okay, so we should be fine there. And everything else looks all right. There's no more leaks. It actually idles a lot better now. Instead of it taking forever for it to start idling, now it starts idling maybe 30 seconds after you start it, which has never happened before with this, you know, with this setup. So apparently it's had a vacuum leak for a long time, but it's just been small enough to where I couldn't hear it or notice it. It's definitely running a lot better. Really happy with it. You can't beat that 4302 sound, man. All right, guys, now let's get this thing off the lift and go for a test drive. It should run a lot better than what it used to run, because before it had, you know, part throttle and, you know, on and off throttle. It had a little hesitation, so let's go see if that's fixed. But let's go see how this thing runs. All right, guys, let's go take this thing for a test drive, see if it's any better than it was. Seatbelt, safety first, because we don't want any problems with the popo. Fires up a lot easier. That's good. All right. Sorry, guys. I forgot to lock the door. Oh, all right. We're back in action. I forgot to lock the shop door. If somebody would have got in there, my dad would have been pissed. All right, let's go try this thing while we got a little bit of daylight. We have made it back to the shop. The thing done great. It actually hasn't ran that good in a long time. I'm really surprised. I know a vacuum leak can make them run pretty rough, but man, that thing is just unbelievably just way smoother than it used to be. But guys, that is going to do it for me in this video, and I really appreciate all the guys who have subscribed, the new subscribers and the OGs of the channel. I really appreciate you guys, and just, you know, just leaving likes and comments on the videos. I just really appreciate it. I do like to interact with you guys, so be sure to leave a comment down below. And also, if you did like the video, guys, be sure to smash the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with all the new videos that'll be coming out. But yeah, guys, the car is fixed. Really happy about it. Just really surprised at how much better it runs and how much smoother it does run and how much better at idle. I'm really hoping it fixed the PCV problem as well. Like I say, if it didn't have enough vacuum at, you know, under load and stuff, it will close off the PCV valve, which causes it to build crankcase pressure. But guys, that's gonna do it for me in this video, and until next time, we'll see you later. What do you think, guys? I'm just gonna leave my camera here like that? Nah, we'll see you next time.